Okay guys, we're going to go over some examples on exponents. So let's get started here. The first one is 5z to the power of 0. Now that power of 0 applies only to the z, not to the 5 as well. So you can kind of put in these parentheses there to help you understand that. So I'm going to leave the 5 alone. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So this becomes 5 times 1. So our final answer on that first example is 5. The second one says simplify the following expression, -2 to the 6th power. So this 6 right here is applied to the negative and to the 2. Okay, so anytime you have a negative number raised to an even power, our answer will be positive. So I'm not going to worry about that negative sign for this one. I'm just going to worry about 2 to the 6th power, which is 64, positive 64 for this one. Now, in number 3, you can see there's no parentheses, so that negative is not being raised to the power of 6. So we're going to leave that negative alone and instead think about 2 to the 6th. Okay, so this one will be -64. All right, simplify the following expression. Write your answer with only positive exponents. So if we look at number 4, we have a negative exponent there, which is not allowed. Now this -7 exponent applies just to the y. So I'm going to leave 9 alone. I'm going to think about this as a fraction over 1, and to make something a positive exponent, we just have to flip sides. So that y to the -7th is going to flip to the denominator and become positive. 9 is in the numerator, and we leave 9 alone. So this will be 9 over y to the positive 7th power, and that will be our answer for that one. Number 5, same direction. Simplify, write your answer with positive exponents. So again, I've got a -5 exponent, and that applies just to the y, not the 2. The 2 we leave alone. So I'm going to take that y to the -5th and flip it, move it to the numerator. Okay, if I put y to the -5th up there, it becomes y to the positive 5th, and in my denominator is 2. We have this 1 hanging out here. You can leave that as 1y to the 5th if you would like, but typically you won't see that written in an answer. So your answer will be y to the 5th over 2. Number 6, simplify. So I'm looking at this. I have 5, the same base, and I have exponents 9 and 11. So when we divide exponents, we subtract. Okay, so we can do this 2 ways. First of all, I can think about it as 5 to the 9 minus 11, which is -2. All right, we're not allowed to have a negative exponent, so I'm going to flip that to the denominator and think about it as 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25. So that's an answer. Another way to think about that problem could be if the larger exponent is in the denominator, our answer will also be in the denominator, and we can kind of subtract that way. So this would be 1 over 5 to the 11 minus 9 power, which is the 2nd power. So 1 over 25. Okay, it does not matter to me which way you do that problem, as long as you get 1 over 25 as your answer. All right, now we're going to get into a few harder problems here. Okay, so use the property of exponents to simplify the following expression. Write your answer with only positive exponents. Okay, so I'm just going to take this one step at a time, and I'm going to look at my numerator first, and then I'll go back and worry about my denominator. So in the numerator, I've got y to the 7th. Okay, this exponent right here is going to be multiplied to both of these exponents. Okay, because when you raise a power to a power, you multiply. So this will become y to the -4th and x to the positive 4th. Okay, now I'm looking at that numerator, and before I even focus on the denominator, I'm going to see if there's anything else I can do to clean that up. And I can. Right here I have two y terms. And they're being multiplied together, so that means we add the exponents. So 7 plus negative 4 is positive 3. And that's nice because that negative exponent goes away. All right, now I'm going to go back and look at my denominator. So first thing I see is this exponent of 4, and it's going to go to the 2 and to the y squared. So 2 to the 4th, I'm going to do that, and that will give me 16. Y squared to the 4th, multiply exponents when you're raising a power to a power, so that becomes y to the 8th, x to the negative 5th. I'm going to leave alone. All right, so now I'm looking at my denominator. I don't have any terms I can combine like I did with the y's in the numerator, but I do see this x to the negative 5th, and I'm just going to go ahead and plop him in the numerator and make that a positive 5. And then in my denominator, I have 16y to the 8th. Okay, so we're not done yet. Now we need to start thinking top to bottom. So if I look in the numerator, one thing that stands out to me right away are these x's. They are being multiplied together. So I'm going to add 4 plus 5, get x to the 9th. 16 is in the denominator. No other numbers in this problem, so I'm just going to leave 16 there. Okay. I see y to the 3rd and y to the 8th. Okay, so this kind of goes back to example 6 where we have a term in the numerator and denominator. We need to subtract exponents. I noticed that 8 is the larger exponent, so my answer for y's will be in the denominator. Okay, and I'm going to do 8 minus 3. That's 5. So my exponent for y will be 5. We just want to take a second to check. I've got one x term, one y term, one number, nothing else that can be done with this problem. So our final answer would be x to the 9th over 16y to the 5th. All right, moving on to number 8. So write your answer with only positive exponents. A lot of parentheses going on here, so let's just take it one step at a time. We're going to start worrying about this 4. So 4 will go to everything on the inside. Okay, so 2 to the 4th power is 16. Y to the negative 1 to the 4th power will be y to the negative 4th because I'm multiplying negative 1 and 4. Then I'll have x to the 8th power because I'm multiplying 2 and 4. Now, all of that still has to be raised to the negative 1 power. Okay, so more than one way to do this, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to raise everything to the negative 1 power. So now this will become 16 to the negative 1 power, y to the positive 4 power, x to the negative 8 power. Okay. All right, I'm going to think about this as a fraction. Anything with a negative exponent gets moved. Y is raised to the positive 4th, so we're going to leave that guy alone in the numerator. This will become 16 to the positive 1 power and x to the positive 8 power. Now, I really don't need that positive 1 power, so I'm going to actually erase that. So this will be my final answer, y to the 4th over 16x to the 8th. All right, last example for this section, number 9. Simplify the following expression. Write your answer with only positive exponents. All right, so again, a lot of stuff going on here. One little trick we can do is think about all of this is being raised to the negative 3rd power. So I'm going to take all of that and flip it down there. All of this is also being raised to the negative 3rd power, so I'm going to switch that up there and make both of those negative 3 exponents positive 3's and do a little switch around. Okay, so I'll have 7a to the negative 1b in the numerator and 4a squared b to the negative 1 in the denominator, and at least that gets rid of some of our negatives. Okay, so now I'm going to actually apply these 3's and raise everything on the inside of the parentheses to the power of 3. So I'll have 7 to the third power, which is 343. A to the negative 1 to the third power, so that's a to the negative third, and b to the positive third. All of that will be over 4 to the third power, which is 64. A squared to the third power, which will be a to the sixth. B to the negative 1 to the third power, that'll be negative 3. All right, let's deal with these negatives. A to the negative third is dropping to the denominator. B to the negative third is dropping to the numerator. So now I have b to the third, b to the third, a to the third, a to the sixth. So I'm going to add my exponents here because they're being multiplied together. So this will become b to the sixth, a to the ninth. Okay. Now I just want to take a second to check 343. The divisibility there is not great. I don't think we can reduce it with anything that goes into 64, but I just kind of want to think about that for a second. It's not divisible by 3. It's not divisible by anything even. Only thing it's really divisible by is 7 and 49, and neither one of those go into 64. So I believe we're done here. So my answer is 343, b to the sixth over 64, a to the ninth. All right, hope that helps, guys.